Guy Ritchie's The Covenant is out on Amazon Prime, has been out on Amazon Prime for a couple of months now. I missed the original release somehow, but caught up to it now. It's a new war movie starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Dar Salim, Emily Beecham, and Anthony Starr. The film stars in 2018 in Afghanistan, follows Master Sergeant John Kinley, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. He gets a new local interpreter assigned to his squad, and the man named Ahmed clearly brings some interpersonal, tensions within the team dynamic, but he's also very clearly competent and capable and has a really keen sense of how to handle the locals to achieve the necessary objectives, and seems to also have an eye for recognizing bad intel from good one. But then one mission goes very, very badly, and both men are left stranded, wounded, in deep enemy territory, trying to survive and to get back to base. And the story goes from there. Now, it has a really strange structure where it can very easily be divided into four half-hour chapters, very distinct ones. And as each of those chapters begins, you can immediately spot where it's going to end. So even though the movie maybe isn't predictable in the traditional sense from start to finish, it is extremely predictable within each of its sections. And also the first three feel largely like setup and build up for the final act, especially with all the extended montage sequences. All the time it feels like this is not the important stuff yet, that the final half hour is the movie in a sense. And while that final stretch is quite tense and engaging and gripping, I have to say at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough for me. I've seen better shot action. I've seen more compelling drama. I've seen war commentary done more subtly and interestingly. And I found out later that a lot of people on the internet seem to have loved the movie. I admit I'm not convinced. I'm not one of them. I don't think it's a bad film, but I would also never say it's anything above decent, especially after this slightly confusing ending, which seems to be trying for two very different, opposing, essentially, messages. First, there's the triumphant entrance of the American military to save the day, be the heroes, make everything right with the world, and then it immediately fades to black and shows text explaining how in the real world the American army left, when they left Afghanistan a couple of years back, they essentially left many of their interpreters back there to die at the hands of the Taliban when they seized control. So which is it then? Are they the good guys or are they not the good guys? I will say though that Jake Gyllenhaal is quite entertaining as usual, and Dar Salim is very good. Almost steals the movie away from Jake with his supporting performance. But as I said before, overall it's an okay film at best, nothing special.